ready for the grimiest and grittiest of all podcasts. Pro wrestling, music, and entertainment is the EWOKK and JB Show.
Yo, check it out. Fresh off the Montreal trip, you know what I'm saying? We eat poutine. We watching hockey games. We eating baked goods, dog. It's the EWOKK and JB Show. It's your boy EWOKK. And, you know, this is just a very EWOKK and JB show. We ain't got no guests. We just gonna be talking, man. We're gonna be talking about wrestling. We just gonna talk about life. We talk about my trip. So, you know, what's popping with you, Mr. JB? What's cracking with you?
My brother, I'm glad you're back from Montreal. Glad you're safe. Came back and had yourself a great time, man. I seen those videos. Oh, that poutine looks great, by the way.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I had some of that stuff,
man. Yeah, dog. I had we were downtown, and then I went down to the Mile End. I've been to Montreal twice.
Yeah,
but I went down to the Mile End, got some poutine. I went down to it's like a little Jewish neighborhood. I forgot the name of it, but we went to Lester's. There's like smoked meats and poutine, and she was fire. And I went with my homegirl. And I blew her mind right off of just one spot. She fell in love with Montreal. She ain't never really been anywhere outside of Wisconsin or anything. So so it was pretty much a culture shock. She ain't never been nowhere except like Mexico, like Cancun or some shit. So yeah, I had a fun time. I was supposed to go by myself, and this girl tagged along.
You seem like you had a good time.
Yeah, and everybody thought that was my girlfriend. That ain't my girlfriend. I'm still single.
Yeah, yes. Here's the thing. You're talking about poutine. For people who have not been given the etiquette of great French culture and Quebec culture-esque, explain to them what that is.
So poutine, it's fries, but it ain't really fries. It's it's fry-like, but it's potatoes. Put some gravy on that motherfucker. But I've seen the different gravies they use. Some people use the holiday sauce that they use on Benedictines and shit.
Yeah.
And then and cheese curds. But the thing is, the whole time, a lot of people think it's mozzarella cheese, but it's a mixture of it could be a mixture of cheeses. It could be provolone, mozzarella, and something else.
Some Munster too. I've seen some people put Munster cheese in.
Yeah, and then it's mixed into a mix, and they do their thing and put it in the poutine. And I had three maybe four different styles of poutine. Some people go fry style with it. Some people go wedge style with it. It's a very cool art of food. You know what I'm saying? Poutine, it's like a cheese fry but better.
Yeah. My favorite one was always the wedges, with almost the chili bean type seasoning sauce on it, man, with some cheese melted to it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm going to gain 10 pounds as you talking about this shit.
Yeah, dog. And then we went to Little Italy, went to Italian bakery, got some cannolis.
Oh yeah.
Got some. Oh man, it was just amazing. I finally got to enjoy myself. I tell myself I like to take a weekend off and go somewhere just to reset myself, and then I'm back. I'm more motivated to do my thing. Is I can't wait to practice tomorrow. I want to go to the Blackhawks game tomorrow, but I'd rather go to practice because Blackhawks suck.
Man, it's been a rough. It's already starting off to be a rough season for the Blackhawks already. There's they're 0-2. It's fuck.
0-3, I think.
0-3 now. Yeah. It's not. What's really kind of caught me off guard is actually how good Seattle Krakens are doing for as an expansion team. They're actually playing good hockey already, man.
Yeah, because that expansion draft. Because you remember when the Vegas Knights were super good.
True.
They still are good, but it's just they got everybody.
I feel like sooner or later Vegas is going to finally win the cup because they've been the Cinderella coming up to the ball and coming so close to winning it. It's always it's just a matter of time before they actually do win it.
The Habs look good.
Yeah,
they look good, but they're missing everybody. Weber's out, Price is out. They got a couple. They got a couple people that are out right now, like a couple of their main players. But
3 or 4
they're
big injuries. Yeah.
man. So like, but they're younger talent. They almost won that game Saturday. They should have won that game because the refs wasn't on their side, man. But like the refs aren't really on like Stanley Cup contending teams side most of the time.
Oh
So
yeah. I'll tell you the big surprise I'm happy with right now, and hopefully they continue doing this is probably the one hockey team. I'm a fan of a couple hockey teams because I'm just a hockey fan in general. Have been
yeah,
since I was a kid. Seeing how good and how much dedication and heart the Buffalo Sabres are playing with.
yeah. They
Like,
they they beat
dude,
they whooped the dog shit out the Habs the day before.
yeah, 5-1, yeah, yeah. And I love Montreal too. Like, I grew up a big fan of the history of the Canadian hockey team. But I mean, seemed like what Buffalo was going through, and this off season they were like getting rid of all the big money dudes who were just there for the money, not for the fucking team. And they
Yeah,
were like, you know what? No, we don't need you. You know what? We're gonna get this minor league guy. And some of the Buffalo fans were like, what is it, an AHL team? And all of a sudden it's like the season starts off and they're like beating people, and it's like, okay, well, maybe you guys should shut up and let the Granado coach do what he's doing best and motivate these dudes. And they're playing physical, grinding, goonish hockey, and they're winning by playing tough.
yes,
As forward checking, back checking. They're fighting for the puck every play, and they're not. You know, and Jack Eichel is sitting around with his neck injury, but Jack I feel like is going to get traded off to probably the Rangers.
yeah,
Coming up. And that was a shame because I thought Jack Eichel was going to be their next big superstar. Seemed like there's a lot of things going on with him against the team, and he wants to be traded. The way I look at it is as a promoter and also as a sports guy. If someone doesn't want to be on your team, don't hold them. Let them go. Let
yeah,
someone else who wants to be there take that spot and work hard for you.
yeah.
I feel that's what
Shit.
the Sabres have to do.
Yeah, that'd be raw as hell. The Buffalo Sabres are good as hell, and fuck, bro, it should be a fun season, honestly. Uh, it should be,
I became a Sabres fan. EWOKK. When I was a little kid, when they brought in Alexander Mogilny when he
okay.
came in from Russia.
Oh
But
shit,
then it became even more diehard Sabres fan when Dominic Hasek was their goalie
yeah,
during those prime years. That whole team was a bunch of goons back then. You had like Rob Ray, you had Matthew Barnaby, you had like all those guys who were like straight up with like the average was like 150 to 300 penalty minutes per season with each one of those dudes because there was like constantly fighting with other players. It was a good grinding hockey team.
well,
You know,
they should have won a Stanley Cup, honestly.
all against the Stars. Yeah,
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 they got fucked out of the Stanley Cup.
big time. Oh, dude, they should have won that game. Yeah, there's
Eh,
no that his skate was in the fucking crease. Like,
Yeah,
you
they
go back and
totally got
watch that. It's like,
yeah. It's like,
how do you guys miss this?
like I feel like that team, like that whole franchise, ain't never been the same since.
No, no, no. They had that one good mid 2000s run when they had a real solid team, but then they missed the playoffs now like what the last 12 years. So hopefully this is the start of them turning stuff around
It
and
might,
do it old school
cause
hockey style.
because the Islanders did. The Islanders like tried to become a name again. Like the Islanders are fucking contenders now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
yeah,
so yeah, Montreal, man, you had the good food. You went down to the Italian, Old Italy town section, and then you also went to the Bell Center.
yeah, bro.
Dude, such a
Fucking
great venue for hockey.
it was a like it's I wouldn't say it's bigger than United Center, but it's taller than United Center.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like I was like, yeah, it's like it's a small building, but like it's like taller than fuck. Like how our standing room is, like they had like it was basically like it was amazing. That's all I gotta say. It was amazing. Booze was cheap. Uh it's just like my friend had a great time. Just she that was her first hockey game
Oh
ever.
wow.
Like she's from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? But like she ain't never been on Blackhawks game. She ain't like so she took her first trip outside the country besides Mexico. So and catches a Montreal Canadiens game, and like she felt the culture of what that shit meant. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah,
was dope as hell. Yeah,
means people get people have to understand the United States, especially if people are not familiar with hockey. And Montreal is the equivalent of what the New York Yankees are to
yeah,
baseball.
yeah,
They won 24 Stanley Cups. They've, you look at the walls of who's played on that team. With the Rocket Richard, his brother Ari, the Rocket Richard. You have my hero John Beliveau, Patrick Raw. And then you look at Jacques Plante. You look at all those like legacy members of hockey that really revolutionized hockey. I mean, you look at Rocket Richard, prime example. First guy to score 50 goals in 50 games. He was the first 500 goal scorer in the NHL. Like he was the man. John Beliveau, before there was Wayne Gretzky, before there was Mario Lemieux, it was John Beliveau. Number four, and what a amazing human being he was, but
yeah,
also amazing leader. Patrick Raw, man, I remember as a kid when he had his last two seasons with Montreal when I first started really getting a chance to watch hockey. And I remember the famous game when
he just
he,
walked
he
out, right?
dude, yeah, I remember as a kid because I was shocked. Cause like he's always been the guy who would stop every shot, and the Russians were fucking scoring crazy goals on him. And I remember he got up and he walked over to the coach, fucking done. And he walked out, and I was like, wow, that was that. It was almost like a wrestling moment. Like, was that meant to happen? Like,
Yeah,
okay, and next thing you
because
know, he's traded to the Quebec Nordiques,
Nordique, yeah,
and it became a Colorado Avalanche, man, and won the Stanley
yeah,
Cup right after that. Like,
yeah. As soon as they became fucking Avalanche, pretty much, it's like him and Sackett, and who else? Who else was a big star for the Avalanche? Like,
Forsberg, Peter
yeah,
Forsberg. Funny thing, like, man, people be like, man, we can talk hockey, but me and you can talk hockey all day. When I remember when Eric Lindros got drafted by the Nordiques, and everybody's like, oh man, Big E, he's gonna, Quebec's whole fortune's gonna turn around. And he didn't want to play for Quebec. It wasn't because he didn't hate. People always thought he always hated Quebec people. It was total opposite. He wanted to make more money, and he didn't care for the owner of the Nordiques. So he's
yeah,
like, no, I'd rather go play for Bobby Clark and the Philadelphia Flyers. They play my style of hockey anyway, big
yeah,
physical goonish hockey. And so they made that trade. Well, look who won the pony, as Jim Cornette would say. Uh, you know, the Philadelphia is like, hey, we got this kid named Peter Forsberg. He's really good. We can send him over to you guys and one or two other players to give us Lindros. God, and in a way, I hate to say this, as much as I love number 88 Big E, but you look at who got the better deal out of that.
yeah,
Colorado got a hellacious team, and Forsberg and all those guys came over and started
yeah.
playing for them.
No, it's funny because I was showing this girl like players that she might know. I showed her Chris Chelios. She was like, oh my god, he played for yeah,
He started his
yeah,
career. He started his career with Montreal.
yeah. And like it was just shit like that, just showing her certain players and shit. Patrick Ross, she was like, how come he don't have a statue out here? I was like, eventually he would, but I like there's still I feel like there's still a little drama there. You know what I mean?
Kind of, yeah. I know Patrick does a lot with the Quebec minor junior hockey league team, the Quebec Ramparts.
Okay.
I think he's like the owner of their little group.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. So he's still very much his heart and soul's in Quebec.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, man. Outside of that, man, I'm glad you're home. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of jealous of you going to Montreal, man, because I love the French Canadian people, and and Quebec culture is beautiful. Just wonderful
Shit.
people, nice people. Never meet a stranger. It's just one of those places that if you're a hockey fan, you're going to be at home. If you just like good food, you're going to be at home. If you like culture, you're at home. It's
Yeah.
just a nice place to be.
Yeah.
So, but outside of that, man, we actually had a pretty festivus weekend ourselves. Myself and Brutal Bob Evans, our good friend Uncle Bob. We put on a seminar for both Chicagoland guys, but also mainly for people on the outside. Man, the Wrestle League kids that took it they showed up and they showed out. They did great,
Yeah.
you know.
Bunch of killers, bro.
Yeah, man.
Bunch of like people are like, I don't know, is this like when things in the past need to be in the past. The people that used to train us,
Not there no
I'm
more.
not I'm not gonna say names, but it's just like, yeah, they put a stigma on our brand. Things are different now. I feel like that stigma is either disappeared or people don't know that it's disappeared. But like I feel like when Russell League comes back, I'm not even gonna say the date, but it's coming soon. People are gonna be aware. You know what I'm saying? We have a good base of new kids coming out. Myself, and then we gotta. It's gonna be fun. But like, I'm glad that like my fellow students showed out, and
I love what Bob said about the both groups of Chicagoland Championship Wrestling guys and Wrestle League kids. He said the thing that makes, because he said this to everyone. He said, the thing about all of you guys that stands out to me is like, I work on the East Coast. I've done things on the West Coast. I work in Quebec for promoters. And he's like, there's something about you guys that stands out because you're gritty. And that's exactly his words were. He said he almost want to say hood, but not in a derogatory word. He was like, but you guys have that. If you come into my territory, you're gonna get your ass whooped. And he's like, that's the vibe I get. He said, I love it because he said that shit's missing in wrestling. He's like that tough, gritty, street tough. We can wrestle, we can do the technical stuff, but we're almost like Chicago strong style, I guess the best way to put it. I hate to use the word strong style because it's so overused, but
yeah,
but it is kind of the Wrestle League style of. Well, you guys got Chris Logan and Nick Foster, both training guys, helping guys get trained, and
yeah,
both those dudes are big strong style dudes,
yeah,
Kings Road style guys. So they teach that hard hitting foundation of wrestling, good technical wrestling, learn your footwork, do things a proper way, and it showed. And man, it really showed Bob. Bob, to the point Bob even put over both CCW, but he also put over Wrestle League in a huge post saying, "I love what you guys are doing. You guys are aggressive. You guys are believable. You guys make wrestling, look legit back like it was back in the days." And he's like, and the kids are hungry. And he's like, that's
yeah.
the most important part. Kids
Yeah,
are hungry for this.
we got some
And
starving motherfuckers, man. Like everybody, man. Everybody. Like the people that show up. Like we have kids that don't show up to practice that think they think everything's sweet, like the old days, but like it's motherfuckers that show up and put in the work time now, boy.
I'll say this to you, man. In all honesty, give me the 10 kids who shows up every week to practice. I want those kids. I don't care about the ones who don't show up. I want to say this right now on this podcast. If you don't show up to practice, you're not showing up to do stuff, but you just want to get your cake and eat it too on shows. I don't want you around me. I really don't. As a promoter, I don't need you. If you're not putting in the effort, why should I put in the effort to bring you in?
Yeah.
Give me the kids who are hungry. Give me the kids who show up. Give me the kids who come in and they're a sponge. They're a dry sponge waiting for someone to dump water on them so they can soak it up and learn. That's the kids I want. That's who I want around because you can make a star out of that. Because here's the thing is, you don't have to be the most athletic kid in the world. You can be hungry and you work hard and you train hard for it. And you can still make someone a star out of that. That's what I want. I told Damian Saint at the training thing, it's my goal 5 years from now, 5 years, that we develop a homegrown roster that I'm not worried about bringing in outside guys. We have that homegrown roster, kind of like that Dragon Gate feel, where everyone who goes in Dragon Gate is Dragon Gate students, they're Dragon Gate guys. And it's like, nope, they come from our training regimen, our training system, the way we believe what wrestlers should be like, and they represent all of us.
Yeah.
And that's why I want 5 years from now. I want that where we have a core roster that are from all of our style of training and our way of believing what wrestling should be like. And that's what I want. I think we're going to have that very soon, very close to it. Because when I saw out that camp, I was impressed. Big shout out to two guys who actually got signed to start working here in Chicagoland, Shaq Jordan and Russell Lindsay.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, you talked about Russell before, but in case no one doesn't know about Russell, tell people about Russell.
So Russell is a looks can like he's that prime example of looks can be very deceiving. He looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid, but he's black. Um, you would think that this kid's gonna be trash in the ring. Nah, bro.
No.
As soon as as soon as the bell rings, he turns into a different person. Like 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 people use that as a gimmick. Like as soon as they hear like what was old Carl, not Carl Anderson, Festus.
Drew Gallows' character Festus. Bell would
Yeah,
ring and the tongue would go out and go in, and then he's a straight up killer. You know?
yeah. That's Russell. Uh, he has like straight up like impressed the shit out of everybody. Like he just has love for it, has heart for it, and he tries hard, and it's paying off. You know what I'm saying? Like he shows up to practice when he can. He legit has a job just to support, just to pay for his wrestling shit. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
sometimes he does have to miss a week practice because he's working for wrestling. So it's just like Russell's one of those kids. And like if any of y'all seen some of my videos, the kid that I whoop his ass all the time, that's Russell.
Yeah. Takes an ass whooping and never complains about it.
Man. So like I'm proud of Russell, and Shaq Jordan. A lot of people know about him, but I feel like now that like a lot more people will start knowing who the fuck Shaq Jordan is, man. He deserves it, man. He deserves it just as much as fucking Russell, and like both of those guys have those two dope picks, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And the thing is, man, was not an easy class of guys to pick out of because, Russell, Shaq, then you had this other young kid you might hear. Then Chris Logan talked about him on our other podcast. His name is EJ Swanson. Big shout out to EJ. Young man, 19 years old, legit shooter background, amateur wrestler. Has a great look already, and he's still working on his look. But the kid, I give him a year and a half if he shows up training on every weekend or every week at least.
Yeah.
And he's putting the effort. That kid could be one of the bright spots coming into Chicago wrestling because he's got a great look to him.
I call him Young Rock.
Yeah, man, he does. He reminds me when Rock was wrestling in Memphis as Flex Cabana. That's what he kind of reminds me of. Yeah, some old school shit there for young wrestling fans listening in. But that's what he reminded me of, man. And I told him that too. He's like, no, his name is Flex Cabana. He started laughing. He's like, who's that? And I was like, that was The Rock before he was The Rock, because like that's before Rocky Maivia. But no, he was great. Him and Russell had a really good match, part of the showcase, and both of them did tremendous.
I'm trying to see all these matches, boy.
I'll send them to you. I'll send them to you. Shaq Jordan, of course, Russell, Corey McHenry. Corey, has a bright future if he puts in the work. I think hopefully this motivated him. And it's not a knock on Corey if he's listening. This is just me saying as a coach, show up, keep practicing, keep it in that effort into what you're wanting to do in life. You're a smart guy. You have talent. Just need to start putting your talent to use, and you'll get somewhere in life by doing that. Yeah. Big Tyler was there, another Wrestle League guy. He actually wrestled his kid. Has only been trained for like 2 to 3 months. Razzie.
Yeah.
Rozzy.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny, as they call him. Yeah. And was impressed with the Bad Bunny kid, man, because when I first saw him, I was like, okay. And he clicked my head. I'm like, that's the Bad Bunny guy that you guys have been bragging about. Like, because he's like a natural at wrestling. That's really weird because you see someone like 2 months, 3 months in the ring, you're like, okay, this kid shouldn't be moving around the ring that well. Like, but man, he was selling. Every time Tyler was beating the hell out of him, dude, he sold like a veteran. He made it look great, and he's natural. Another guy, 8 to 10 months, maybe to a year. If he sticks with it, he's going to do really good.
He used to be a jiu-jitsu kid.
Yeah, that's what he told me, jiu-jitsu, and he thinks he did some judo too.
Yeah,
as well.
but
So
like it's funny as hell because like I'm like soon I feel like there's like a lot of those kids that like watch us practice that do the jujitsu,
we'll
they
be
might
jumping
start. I think they're gonna start jumping in.
good, good, good. The sometimes the best wrestlers I've encountered over the years when it comes to martial arts world. Jiu-jitsu's solid, but it's the judo kids because
Yeah,
they're used to throwing people. They're also used to taking those big bumps, so
yeah,
they know how to protect themselves falling. And it's like natural wrestler already. And it's like,
yeah.
give me the judo kids. Give me the kids who's got that background. Hey, give me some of those Muay Thai kids too. Watch that. I'll watch a little bit of that Muay Thai class behind us during this thing, and I've seen some kids got some talent, man. I'm like, that's a good striker. You know,
Yeah.
put someone in the ring right there that could do something. I'm always scouting. And even when I'm running a camp, I'm looking at people around me who are not part of the camp. I'm like, oh, let's see what this guy's doing over here. Hey, you want to be a wrestler?
Yeah, shit, you might as well.
Yeah, why not? But yeah, no, it was impressive class, man. One of the matches they had me going, our boy Hot Rod Andy teamed up with Johnny Nye and Tolly Bergarelli, another guy on our show, and they wrestled our good friends Nokos. And I finally got the chance to see Andy wrestle for the first like real up close, not on camera, but like watch it off. Dude, as a heel, Andy is phenomenal. I love him as a babyface too, but his heel work is old school 1980s scientific grappler ripper, type of guy. I feel bad for Brian from No Coast, man, because Andy mauled the shit out. It was great. And I'm not meaning betting towards Brian, but it was just great to watch. It was like, yeah, this makes me remember when I was a young kid breaking into the business and some better got their hands on me.
Bro,
It's like,
and
shit.
and it's crazy is it's like this ain't like the future CCW roster. This is like this is just like part like these are the future like parts of what's to come for CCW. But this is actually the Wrestle League roster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is like dead set the Wrestle League roster because this is our school, we train there, so obviously we had got first dibs on spots for shows. But it's just like this new breed of this Degrassi, the next generation, fucking Wrestle League is something to watch, man. Like I wouldn't say we're gonna be sports based wrestling, but it's we're all of us are hard hitters, man. All of us are killers, bro. So I feel like the dynamic of all of it is gonna be like very good wrestling, like wrestling. It's not gonna be a joke. It's not gonna be presented as a joke. You know what I mean? It's like everybody else, like I wouldn't say in the city, everybody wants to have like more alternative wrestling and more I would say like a little bit more silly wrestling. I feel like Wrestle League when we come back is gonna be like straight up sports, man. Is like that Japanese style wrestling in Chicago, and I feel like we're the hub we're gonna be. So
And I feel the same way too because the way that me and Bob talked about it, he was like, the kids here wrestle very much a sports based style of wrestling anyway. He's like, and Bob said best. He's like, that's kind of like the Chicago way of wrestling. It seems like like the Chicago wrestlers have always been known for stiff, hard hitting type of guys, and that type of wrestling. It works. It's believable.
yeah,
So to me, I look at it as when Wrestle League does come back, and I agree with you 110%. People who slept on Wrestle League or people who mocked Wrestle League for the past, guys, it's not the same Wrestle League. It has changed. It's changed tremendously. And I've been to a Wrestle League show about 2 years ago, and I can tell you, I was highly entertained. I was probably more entertained by that show than I was with a lot of shows around the area. And that's not a knock on other shows. That's just being my honest critique. The kids bust their ass. And they work hard. They want to be good at wrestling. They want to improve. And to me, I feel like with this almost relaunch or rebrand of Wrestle League with the new trainers running stuff, the way the guys are being trained, the mentality of the kids that are their 3-4 nights a week, putting in the work. Chicago, if you're sleeping on them, those kids are going to wake you up. And that's not me bragging about it because it's a brother promotion. This is me coming at everyone as the guy's been doing this for a very long time in wrestling, watching a group of hungry, young, tribal ass mentality fighters coming out of that school. They are so ready to show Chicago, hey, we ain't no joke. Now you're going to pay attention to us.
Hell yeah. Shit,
Straight up.
We ain't playing around with you. But yeah, it's like I'm happy. I'm glad. It's just like I don't want to like there was a whole bunch of like Chicago schools represented at that seminar, and it's just like I feel like if all of us like fuck the old wrestling tropes in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? This is the new breed. It's like all the new wrestlers within the last like 3 years. We're all cool with each other. Most of us are.
Yeah.
But like we're all cool with each other. We all talk to each other. We all joke to each other. We all like when we get our other bookings, like we all wrestle with each other. So it's just like that union, I feel like should be a little bit closer. And I feel like that like they're freelancers, your CSWs. I don't know if there's any other schools out there, but it's just like let's get together, let's show our ass, you know what I mean? Let's make it, because there's a lot of states that like, hey, you know, we're all partners. I'm gonna send this kid over to you for a Friday show. I'm gonna send this kid over to you for a Saturday show. And I feel like that's how it should work in Chicago. Because like, yeah, Chicago's just the tip of the, like, I'm talking about just Chicago, not Illinois wrestling as a general, as like in general.
This is a city alone.
And there's 3 schools in the city, and like, why the fuck not? Why not? We all hang out with each other. It's just like if we have a city talent board where we don't have to worry about outside talent. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to worry about the kids from St. Louis. You don't have to worry about the kids from like Wisconsin kids. I love them cats, you know what I'm saying? Because I wrestle out there, but it's like you don't have to depend on like outside talent. You got so many good Chicago wrestlers that you could pick from. Let's bring that back. Like the old days, like I used to go to Windy City shows all the time. Like a lot of those dudes are from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no such thing as outside talent. You know what I mean? That was a special show. So it's like I feel like unity, man, because we all you got your Brevin Fats, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants that unity too.
Yeah, he does.
He trains at a banger ass school, like a dope ass school with tons of talent. I go to a school with tons of up and coming talent. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the CSW kids. A lot of those kids are on AEW TV. So it's just like I feel like we all gotta come together and unionize.
What I'm all fat. One of the things I love about him is that he went, me and him rode together at the seminar because we both live in the same town together, so we've developed a pretty good friendship. And one of the things that I love about that guy is that he doesn't walk around with, yeah, I'm a freelance guy. I can't be associating with A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the mentality at all, man. He treated every one of the wrestling kids like they were an equal.
Yeah.
And did not look down on them. And actually, they all had a great time together. And I love that. I love seeing that. That's the way it should be. Wrestling shouldn't be divided so much that people can't enjoy working together. I mean, I agree with you on your everybody should unite. I want to actually next year going to plead my case with everyone in the Midwest. Guys, we could either do 2 things. We could either unite and really help run things around here that everyone can make money and have fun, and the young kids can have a chance to really get their feet wet at different places that's safe to go to work and are reputable, place is an awesome barnyard, backyard promoter running his stupid shit, but professional promoters who pay the talent and actually take care of them. Places that guys could actually work quality talent. I want that. I want to make sure, because even with the Chicagoland show, and me and you talked about this many times, on our roster we have guys that are from CSW, we have guys that are from PCW from the old school days, Windy City guys that are alumni. We have guys from Wrestle League. We have guys from Brew City, from my buddy Frankie DeFalco over there in Milwaukee, who's training an amazing group of young men and women over there. You have guys coming in pretty soon from Minnesota that are top notch young talent that were trained by Ken Anderson and those guys. We have all these from Midwest House of Truth. Big shout out to the guys there. I love all the Truth Martini kids are all good kids, man. And everyone comes to our show, and guess what? We're all like this. There's no pull apart. There's no divide. It's no, we all work together.
Yeah.
And we can do that at our company. There should be no problem with any other promoter around here. Should have the ability to work together.
Yeah.
Same thing with PAL, all those other companies that's been around for a long time. Everyone can work together and succeed together. There's no reason for all this division. I understand sometimes promoters may not like promoters. Trust me. There's some promoters I could probably do without myself. But I would not punish their kids because of my hatred for someone else.
Yeah.
I could bury the hatchet. I can call someone and say, "Hey, I'm booking your kid. Don't worry, they're in good hands." And that's all I need to say to them. Because they know I'm a man of my word.
Because it's like I just feel like Chicago's a weird like entity. Because when I wrestled the first time, it was only one brand.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt like after that, somewhat was deteriorating, and other spots started sprouting up. I feel like it kind of like created something. It's like, fuck those dudes. They trying to be the original or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like I feel like that mentality is starting to go away because a lot of the older guys that were not helpful to pro wrestling are starting to just disappear, and is like the younger people are like kind of like starting their own movement, taking over, and like you got like a lot of old veterans like letting them do that. Like, hey, here's a torch, just do right by pro wrestling in Chicago. And it's time, bro. Like for real, it's time, and I'm ready for it. I feel like we got 3 schools in Chicago, the kids that are ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get cracking. It's gonna get cracking, bro. Like I can't wait for the next like couple years, man. Because I feel like we're gonna be in a dope ass place, like everybody in general, like for wrestling. So
yeah, and that's all it's going to take is all of us putting our work hats on, putting in the time and the effort to build it. Things can be done. Opportunities and achievements can be unlocked. It just takes effort, from everybody involved. It really does. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, and here's the thing is, like, I'm an outsider in the Chicago area. Like, I'm not from the Midwest, but I've became very attached to the Midwest with wrestling since I moved up here. And I just want to see it, just like in Kentucky, man. I came from the outside in Kentucky, and I remember at the time how fragile the area was for pro wrestling, how badly good wrestling was needed, and how many shady promoters needed to go by the wayside. And now Kentucky's in a better place with pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say I toot my own horn and say I helped it, but my mentors like Bobby Blades are the best. He's like, dude, before you, there was just only one other promoter that was doing anything decent. The rest of them were just garbage people, and it was the truth. And I don't want to say all, there was only one. There was like 2 or 3, but they were all so scattered out throughout the state. Like good promoters like Terry England. At that time, Chris Hayes from MWA was really top notch people. And there was another guy named Gary Campbell who ran New Ohio Championship Wrestling. I think he's retired from the business now. Those were the 3 really good promoters to work for The rest were wrestlers wanting to be promoters so they could only get them and their friends over. And I always hated that mentality. Anytime a wrestler take over a book or take over a company, nothing ever good comes out of that. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. You know, because they're always so gung ho about putting themselves over instead of doing the betterment of the business for helping build up the next guys or helping put over the young kids who are coming up. And so, yeah, in Kentucky, when I worked my way through to change that mentality, I booked only the young guys. I booked guys that were considered misfits or they were what's the term I want to use? Some of the words that some people would call difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
And yet, all it took was a good motivator and good coaching, and they became great. And they
Shit.
work hard. And I look at the Midwest the same way. There's so many of these kids that no one doesn't want to book because they're not part of someone's clique or they're not part of someone's little group. I'm like, give them to me. I'll use them. I'll find a way to make it work.
Creating the Mighty Ducks, man.
Yeah, man. I was that coach mentality, man. I love being a coach. That's the thing that I enjoy the most. I enjoy being a coach more than being a promoter or a booker.
Oh,
I
shit.
I enjoy taking a young person that don't believe in themselves or they've been so broken by someone that they don't have any confidence and work with them, build up their confidence, help them become the person that they can look in the mirror and be proud of, and see them have their success, man. I take so much pride in that. I love serving other people, help them out. Definitely when it's good people, you know. And maybe it's Bob Evans' influence on me over the years because I've been knowing him for 10 years. But I look at it the same way as he does. You know, it's not about money with him. It's about, you know, what can I do to make wrestling a better place when I leave it? What can I do to leave every place I walked into a better company, or how these wrestlers become better people, not just in ring but outside the ring. They're better human beings because of time I spend with them.
Yeah.
And wrestling needs that, man.
Yeah,
Wrestling needs more Bob Evans.
yeah, because his seminars are very important. I feel like he's one of the few people that actually take the seminar shit seriously.
He does.
There are some people that, hey, I'm gonna do a seminar. Let me get an extra like $600, $700,
Nope.
and
It's on him.
I'm not really gonna show these kids shit. But like Bob, like he puts everything that he has into the betterment of professional wrestling. And like the
Well,
people, I'm not saying shame on you to the kids that didn't show up, but like y'all snoozed. Y'all snoozed. I wouldn't say y'all snoozed on an opportunity to be better, and y'all snoozed on a booking because you could have been there. You could have took a spot out of Shaq Jordan's, Shaq Jordan's pocket. You could have took a spot out of Russell Lindsay's pocket, but you just sometimes people just don't want to show up to shit because they think they don't have anything to fix. Everybody has something to fix.
everyone can learn from Bob. Everyone can learn from Bob. So let me break down what his seminar was like. So we started the seminar at 2 p.m. Central Time, and we didn't finish until 8 o'clock at night. It was a 6-hour seminar. So yeah, that's what I said too. So what I loved about it was, we did our introductions. Bob got him in the ring, and Bob had everyone do different scenarios that he wanted to see. And then he broke down right when they were doing it. He was breaking down things to them and go, okay, you're doing this. How about you try this? Okay, you got this going, do this. And he was correcting people's little mistakes. But what I loved about what he was doing, instead of being like what everybody thinks of the angry guy, like, oh, damn kid don't know the shit they're doing back in my days. He didn't have that mentality. His was, hey, you're a great talent. You have so much potential. I think if you work on this, correct this, and do this, you're going to be really, really good. It's almost like having Bob Ross with you when he's painting, and you're painting along with him, and you make a mistake, and Bob Ross be like, "Oh, that's okay, friend. Take this color here and do this little line, and now you got a tree." And that's how I felt with like Bob Evans. Bob Evans is Bob Ross of wrestling. He's everyone's uncle. Hey, buddy, you're going to be okay. Work on this, and try that again. Try that again until you got it right. Now try it again. Oh, you got it right again. Try it again. You got it right again. And all of a sudden, that mistake is gone because he gave you the confidence to do it, didn't rip you a new asshole for it, and he made you become better. And
Yeah.
so every scenario we put the kids through, they were getting better. They were understanding. Okay, you want to do chain wrestling? Well, let me show you what real chain wrestling is. Chain wrestling isn't a hammer lock into a headlock. No, there's so much more to it. And he taught them the art of struggling, the art of the struggle to get out of the hold, how to make a hammer lock seem so devastating because it can be in real life. And he's like, how was that? Oh my God. These kids were like, I never thought of it that way. Great. Johnny Knight. Hey, I like your rock star chicken shit gimmick. Not many guys in wrestling does it anymore. Stands out. How about when this happens, you do this or you do that? And once again, my time is done. Johnny looked at me. He's like, man, I never thought of it that way, but that's I can use this on every show. I'm like, yeah, you can. You know, him and Brave and Fed had a match, and I want to say this right now. Fed's only been in business for a year. Him and Fed threw it fucking down. Like
Yeah.
him and Bob had a Ring of Honor style esque match, and it was
Hell yeah.
good. Old school storytelling, but damn good match.
I love Fat, man.
Me too, man. He's one of
yeah,
my.
look,
He's a brother for life. Straight up, he
yeah.
really is. You know. No, but
like he don't train with us, but he lived like all the way in like the woods.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I want to say it's probably like an hour 15, maybe hour 20 drive. And he come every week to train. Like you know what I'm saying? I say this to people that are listening and watching this. What's your excuse? You know what I'm saying? Like the people that don't come to our practice that only live 15 minutes away. Like there's like, and same thing with Andy. Andy lived like an hour 20 minutes away from our school.
yeah.
Like nobody has an excuse at our school to
No.
not come to practice and get better. It's like that's like my big thing. Like I know I'm still a student. I'm not like, I wouldn't even call myself a vet. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been around for a little bit. I won't call myself a vet, but what grinds my gear sometimes is a couple, I'll say last week, it was like we had to get promo pictures done for the new flyer that's coming out, and I put it on our little our board. People that I ain't seen in damn near whole COVID, so you're saying 2 years, wants to come and take a promo picture. No, it don't work. Like with me, it don't work like that. I acted like I took the picture, but there ain't no picture in my camera. The fuck out of here. Like real shit.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
I
like
don't blame
that.
you.
It's
I don't
it's
blame you.
like it's like we got 10 people that come to practice regularly and they bust their ass off. They work their ass off. Even the kids that ain't even that good work their ass off. Like they deserve a spot more than your ass deserve a spot. You want to come in and bring all your fucking gimmicks and shit. You want to take a picture.
Oh,
Fuck
I
out
think
of
I
here.
know. I think I know who you're talking about.
I know
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
you know exactly. Like, oh,
yeah,
he listened to this podcast, and he probably won't know more because I'm talking about him.
yeah. Well,
But
fuck 'em.
it's one of those things. Is like, bro, it don't work like that, especially with us. It's just like, look, we all got each other's back, but at the same time, don't try to. This ain't old wrestle league where you could be like, "Hi, I'm just gonna show up and I could get a booking." Nah, motherfucker, you gotta put that work in. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like our trainers ain't about that fuck shit no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, if you want to be part of this show, you gotta show us you want to be part of the show, man. And that's it's gonna be funny when that show gets announced and you see all these like all the old heads from Wrestle League just show up after 3-4 years and thinking they still, hey, oh shit, I'm still in Wrestle League too. Let me get that booking. Nah, who you? That's what everybody's gonna say. Who the fuck is that guy?
there was one guy that this did a little disappoint me somewhat. There was a guy who was planning to come to the training session, and then had car issues. And one of the students there told him straight up, "Hey, man, I can give you a lift or call a Lyft driver for you. Just pay me back. I'll take care of you so you'll be at the seminar." And the guy literally was like, I'll think about it. And when I heard that excuse, I was like, I don't care. You're one of the most talented guys I've seen. This guy's talented, very talented.
I think I know who I think I know who you talk about. And I'm pretty sure he canceled a show, and his car is probably perfectly fine.
But I lost all respect for him right then and there.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, let me get this right. You've been wanting this opportunity for a long time. Not only get an opportunity to get booking, but you're also getting an opportunity to perform in front of a promoter who's also a talent scout with Can-Am over in Calgary, and also Bob Evans, who's connected with so many promoters in the United States, and he's liaison for the Quebec promotions. And you were too good to show up to actually show us what you want. Like, you just want the booking, but you don't want to put in the work.
I don't know, bro. There's people.
Cat's got some backwards mentality, man.
Like if I had the opportunity, damn, somebody gonna pay my fee and pick me up. Shit, what's up, Bob Evans? What's cracking? What we eating later?
And that's the thing. After the seminar we all actually went out and had dinner with Bob.
Which y'all eat?
We went to Portillo's.
Come on,
I
man.
know you don't like that, but that was the only thing that was open during that time. Everything else was like closed around us.
Susie's was closed?
Yeah, Susie's was closed.
Damn,
shout out to Susie's. I know that's like a really good hot spot to eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, trust me. Me and Moneymaker Mike, we were all looking because Moneymaker was there, and we're like, yeah, man, we can go to Susie's afterwards. Yeah, be great. Yeah. After class is over with, let's open. Not Susie's. I was like,
yeah, like it's weird. Susie's used to be like open like 24 hours.
COVID stopped that shit,
man.
Yeah. But no, we all went out to Portillo's. We sat down at the table with Bob. We had a great dinner, and we got the chance to sit there and pick his brain and have him tell all the stories, what it was like breaking into the New England wrestling scene back in the days, what it was like working for Vince McMahon on television, when he used to be the job guy for old superstar tapings,
Oh, shit.
Like, wealth of knowledge, man. And what I love about Bob Evans, he is so willing to drop that knowledge. It's not a bragging thing to him. It's more of, let me know what you want to do in your life, and I will do my best to help you to achieve that goal. But you have to put in the work. I can't drag you to it, but I can help you get there, though.
Yeah.
And that's why I look at all these guys that go to. I'm like, you miss. On top of it, after the wrestling seminar, we had a wrestling seminar and a mock show combined, in which I enjoy putting that together. It's fun. But what I like about it is, after the show was over, Bob sat down and then talked financial 101 with all these guys. How you can make money, how you can get your merch at a fair price, how you can get your 8x10s at a fair price, how you can book a car load, how you can travel and work for promoters and still make money while not breaking that promoter's budget. A lot of guys get that mentality, want to break the promoter's budget, not understanding if that promoter goes out of business, guess what? That's another job you don't have now. Try to work with the promoter. And he taught all this stuff. A lot of those guys were like glued to every word he was saying. They understood, like, okay, this guy gives a shit. He's here to actually help us get better. And it made me happy to see the young guys paying attention to Bob. Even I learned every day. Every time I talk to Bob, I learn something new. And it tells you, old dogs can learn new tricks. Keep that mentality, all you guys, girls, listen to this podcast. You're never too old to follow your dreams. You're never too old to learn something new. Go after what you want in life because you only live one life. Go out there and do what you want. Because if you don't, you have nothing but regrets.
Yeah, shit. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want, dog. I don't care.
Like, yeah, dude, you're living a good life right now, man.
Yeah, you have to, because after COVID, like sometimes some things click. You be like, yo, like nothing is promised. Like the world could stop again at any given second, And I never want to be that guy at the table said, "Oh man, I wish I did that. I wish I did this." Nah, I'm gonna be the dude at the table telling them stories that I did this, I did that. Like I had a car, like dude, real shit. Like I had a car ride telling this girl all my like music stories, all my travel stories, all my lacrosse stories, some wrestling stories, and like she was like, "Damn, you've been everywhere." But it's like I want that. I want that. I want those stories. I want that experience just to just travel the world and doing shit. Like I don't know, man. I'm a weirdo when it comes to shit like that, you know.
No, me and you are the same guys, man. Anytime anybody ever comes over to the house, like they don't know. Like when me and my wife used to do this all the time when we were living in Kentucky, we would have all of our photos up on the wall and all the people, famous people that been over to the house, or people I've been friends with over the 20 some odd years, been doing all this crazy shit, including music too. And people come over house and start looking at all the stuff we have around, like, man, you know this person, like, yeah, the couch you're sitting on, they've actually slept on that couch.
Oh shit.
Or that person there, yeah, they used to come over here and do this and that, or they would go, you know, hang out with us, and go do stuff.
So you,
It's just, but I don't look at it as my famous friend. It's more of, oh, we're friends. We're just, we know each other, on a strong basis of who we are, not just business wise, but friendship.
yeah,
It's great because on the outside, people are like, holy shit, what a cool life you live. And for some of us guys, I guess because we live that unique life, we don't see it as a crazy life. We saw it as, oh, that was our goals. That was what me and you both want to become.
yeah,
We both want to see the world. We want to both follow our dreams, and we didn't give a fuck what roadblock it was in front of us. We're going to knock that roadblock down and keep going.
yeah,
And to guys like you and I, we enjoy it. That's life. That's our
yeah,
story. That's our story. We're both going to be those two old guys smoking a cigar one day at a table and telling all these classic stories, and people are going to be like, man. And the day we all pass away, we're gonna have the greatest obituary in the world because it's gonna read like some
yeah.
fucking movie script. Someone's gonna be like, that dude lived life. Whoever that dude was, I want to be like that guy. You
Hell
know?
yeah. Shit. Live your life like a movie, man. So yeah, that's how it is, man. But I'm looking forward to everything going down, man. Shit, Bob Evans, he need to come back again.
We're actually working on that. It's gonna be more than just once or twice. So Bob's gonna be very much a regular, and I've also got some other seminars and some other guys planned to bring in to help out the Wrestle League guys and the Chicagoland guys. If the guys in Chicagoland want to hear this, we all can improve no matter how great we are.
Yeah.
There's some people from friendships over the years I can call and be like, hey, if you want to come in, I know you're not gonna. And these guys are all like Bob, that mentality of, I want to leave this in a better place. It's not about how much money. It's more of, what can we do?
Yeah. Shit, that was a dope recap of the whole weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here vacationing and the whole world thinking, I got a girlfriend and shit. Bro, you have no idea. Like you gotta realize that this is like people are allowed to have friends that are girls,
Yes.
right?
I'm married. I still have girls I'm buddies with.
Yeah. So it's just like I talk all this shit like I'm single and all this stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, Des,
He's got a
she's
girlfriend.
no, it's like Des, oh my god, oh my god, like you and her seem like such a good fit." All like, no, that's the homie, bro. Like, like that's the homie. Like, I don't have a girlfriend. Like she wanted to go. She wanted to go on the same trip to reset herself, reset her mind, like I was trying to reset my mind. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like she did, and I feel like she got more than her money's worth.
Oh
Like
man,
she's seen some shit that she ain't never seen before.
I want to straight up say it. I'm actually jealous of this chick, man, because she got to go to Montreal. She got to check out a hockey game at the legendary Bell Center. She got to eat some poutine. I mean,
Yeah,
like what the
and
hell?
and you know how I am behind the scenes. I'm straight up like it's comedy 24/7. So
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? So she's laughing her ass off all weekend. and it's just crazy because it's just funny. Like you don't know who's watching you until like something something happens. Because I feel like all these girls that like secretly fucked with me, like those are the girls that hit me up. It's like, oh my god, is that your girlfriend? No, it's not. But she's cute though. I was like, yeah, she's cute. That's why she's my friend. Like she the homie. Like I'm cute, she cute. So like if I would have bought if you know, it's just weird. You know, stop thinking I'm in a relationship. I'm not. I'm still single. So get at me, ladies.
I could see someone so messing with you though. Get a picture of you and that girl like on a T-shirt together and be like, hearts. You'd be like,
Man.
fuck you, man.
Man.
Oh man, no, dude. I'm happy that you had a good vacation. You worked your ass off, man. And people only know how much work you do with me, Chicagoland, and all the stuff you do for other people, dude. I think I'll say this before we go off, but the thing about Des, ladies and gentlemen, is once in a while when you're a constant grinder, a guy who's a hustler, and does anything you can do to achieve success, and you do it the fair way and the right way of life, and you meet another person who's the same entrepreneur, same driven human being that wants to go do his dreams, and you get two of those people together, that's a true friendship. Because it's two
Sir.
guys who want to see success
Hell
for
yeah.
each other both. And the thing is, we both work with each other to have success together. You know,
Yeah. And if people are like make sure the people around us are successful too.
absolutely,
Like
they're all our homies, man. We want to make
like
sure our guys eat too. You know,
like I can't like I told old girl in the car ride, I was like, hey, like yeah, wrestling's dope, but I did check, like I did call Tully, I did call like certain people,
dude,
you know what I'm saying?
you messaged me like, how's it
Yeah.
going? Like, yeah, it's going good.
Like how'd the camp go? You know what I mean? It's just like I want to see my people succeed, and then like seeing Bob Evans post, and then seeing like Chris post in our group saying, hey, I heard you guys did very, very well. I'm proud of you guys. It's like that's dope. You know what I mean? It's just like if we all succeeding as a circle, bro, if the village is succeeding, like you know, we don't need one person to succeed to make the whole shit look good. If we all looking good, hey, that's
That's a
dope as
damn good
fuck.
village. That's a damn
Like
good village to be part of.
I'm old, like I'm an older talent. Like a lot of our people are like 23, whatever. But at the same time, it's just like my gains are your gains, dog. Let's get it cracking. And like I feel like now, like how people were taking me on the road, like all COVID and shit. Like I feel like it's almost my time to be like, all right, EJ, bring your ass. You ain't doing shit this weekend. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's gonna be dope because like people like once I get that opportunity to start bringing people with me to certain places, like you're gonna see your EJs. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna see your Russells, and it's
Yeah,
gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy as fuck. Guarantee you.
yeah. And every one of those kids deserve the opportunity, the work they're putting in.
Hell yeah,
Amen.
man. But on that note, you know what I'm saying? It's a dope ass recap of our weekend. And hopefully we'll see you next week, couple weeks, every, you know, shit, just bless up. But you know how I do it, how me and JB do it. EWOKK and JB show. Peace.